So your energy engages, and it starts at the door to my heart space, which I walk into the heart space and I'm wearing a jacket and there's like a blizzard outside. So that hasn't ever happened before. And then next time your energy engages is coming out of the sacred space of the heart and going to the Rainbow Road. Most people, almost everybody's gone right to the Rainbow Road, but your energy decided to fly up through. Usually it's like a black starry sky, right? And so you push through that, and you were like this like fairy-ish thing, and like flying up towards the top of the sky, and then finally it turned blue and it was like all the sun. And so then you got the fill of the sun, and then you decided, okay, I'm ready. So you went down to the Rainbow Road. So already I'm getting like winter and summer, so there's this like duality kind of here. And then you plant yourself down on the Rainbow Road, and you turn into this walking toy soldier. I almost get like soldier. It's like a red coat. I almost get like a nutcracker feeling. It's very stiff, and arms swinging, legs swinging, and there's like a black gun on your shoulder, and you start walking, and then you're at the head of this line, and there's all these toy soldiers walking behind you. And so you're making these funny patterns, like almost like snake-like patterns, and I'm watching you lead all these people. And finally you get up to like a podium, and you stand there and you about face, and you turn all these soldiers that are in this like funny design of a line, and the horn or the trumpet goes, and then you do this little jig, right? Like you're like being goofy in front of everybody, but you don't care. Like everybody else is stone-faced and standing at attention. You're doing this little like silly like twisting dance. And so again, I'm getting this like duality, like leader, but goofy, like doesn't care what people think, but conformity, so it was interesting. So then you take a position lying on the ground on your belly, and there's like a rifle next to you, and you're in complete dark, and you're getting coordinates from somebody to your right, and you like plug in these coordinates, and I am looking like through the crosshairs, of this aiming whatever telescope, and it's like zeroing in on something, and then you pull the trigger and it shoots, and I'm scared to see what you're shooting. But then you walk out in front of the gun, and you're in a shooting range, and you have like a paper with that target on it, and you've gone right through the middle. And so you come back, and then you move to your left, and now everything goes dark again, and now you're cranking this like huge missile thing, and you're getting coordinates again from somebody on your right, and you put in these coordinates, and you pull this huge lever, and it shoots out this huge like missile. And this time the lights go on, and it like explodes, and it's almost like a world or a land or something that you've hit, and it all explodes, and you actually get hurt by it. And so again, there's this like major duality, like you're being told what to do, and you're trusting of it, and sometimes it's working out and sometimes it's not. And so I don't know if there's like, now it's a level of not just I don't care what people are thinking, but now I'm not trusting what others are telling me, and so therefore I'm not trusting in myself and what I'm doing. And so then from here, the station kind of changes, and I see you walk now, and we're moving through the portal, and as the energy moves through the portal, you're on like this raft, and now you're like a Confederate soldier. I don't know if it was Confederate, but you're like that era soldier, and you're on this little river, and there's like 4 planks of wood tied together, and you're like, it's like your funeral, like they've sent you down river, which is more of a what are those people, Viking, I guess, send off than anything else. But you were definitely an old school soldier, and you had this little like white flag in the palm of your hand, and like they had done a whole kind of dedication to you and sent you off down the river. And so I see you, as soon as you're out of sight, all the soldiers did this for you and pushed you down the river and thought you were dead maybe. But as soon as you're out of sight, you like crawl off the raft, and you submerge yourself in the river, and you start swimming, and you're like laughing, and now you're in this like bikini and you're not a soldier anymore, and you swim up to a beach, and you're like at some like sandals resort, right? And you're enjoying like a Mai Tai on the beach. And so here we go again. It's like you would rather I don't know, trick people into thinking you're dead than to conform into whatever they were doing, or whatever that lifestyle was, or what it, like soldiers to me, what are very like conformed, and like rigid would be a word, but they're very they're told what to do, they're always in alignment, and and so I get that there's this like anti-conformity, like every time you get kind of pushed into this, it's like you don't trust it, you're gonna go do things your own way, but you keep getting called back into it. And so now you're sitting on this lounger, right, drinking your Mai Tai. And so there's this bell that goes off, and you like melt through the chair like almost wax, and you go into the sand and you form into this torpedo. And so then you're moving, and you're being called again, and you're now torpedoing to whatever that coordinate is, and you just keep going, and you never hit anything. It's like you keep going, it's like you're lost, you don't know what you're doing. So again, I get this feeling that whatever it is, whatever is this like essence of conformity in your life, whatever you're getting that's calling you into these forms of action, I get that it's almost this gradually, it's like more, first you were just being funny and goofy and anti-conformity, and then you go into kind of pretending you're dead to get out of it, or then you go into non-trust, and then you go into like pretending you're dead, and now you're going into like a complete lost feeling, like you're definitely not going anywhere with whatever this this overriding energy is. And so then I see the torpedo skyrocket and turn into a bird. So I get that freedom. It's like you're searching for this freedom that maybe you thought you had from whatever this like power is, but it's not giving you the freedom. So now you're searching for this freedom, because birds always represent freedom. And so finally, when we get this, then you drop down, and you're in front of your Akashic records. And so you're on the ocean, and your Akashic records kind of had like this boat dock feel, and walking up to a big structure on the ocean, and you move through it, and there's, as soon as you move through the door, there's like 5 lifesavers, from like a boat or a pool, that get thrown and tossed around your body. And so it's almost as if you were waiting. So Akashic records are the wisdom, it's your divine purpose, it's your path, it's all of that. So it's almost like you're waiting for this lifeline to come, right, and to save you, and to pull you free, and to rescue you. So it's all about this need or this want of a lifeline to come and rescue you from whatever this conformity energy is. And so as then this disappears, we call down your higher self, and your higher self is a bird. And so of course more freedom, looking for the lifeline for freedom. And I ask your higher self, what's for the greatest good for you to know at this point in time? And your higher self basically says you're going through all of these extremes to find that kind of unity consciousness within you. And I get it's very solar plexus related. So I get that it's and I almost would question if this conformity or this whatever, this overriding voice is maybe the ego. And this is what's, the ego mind is maybe telling you to do things. I don't know, you might have somebody who is the epitome of this kind of conformity that I'm speaking to, but it might be something like this internal voice that keeps telling you this is what you need to do, but you're resisting it, and that's why you keep bouncing from one extreme to another. And so this results in real life in a lot of like crash and burn situations. So somebody who thinks they should go on a diet, the extreme would be they stop eating for 2 days and then they binge on the 3rd day, and so this is, I get it's very extreme, it's very like polar. From the very beginning it was winter, and then you searched for the summer, so it's this like definite pull between black and white. And so your higher self is saying, that it's okay that you're going through this, and it's going to teach you, but you need to start finding those common threads and stop getting this pull, this like kind of crash and burn that I would assume you might be going through in life, or you might, it's almost that endless pursuit. And so your higher self was saying that it's time to start to balance out and stop kind of living these extremes to figure out what that common thread is that's running through you. And they said that you have the power to make these choices and to understand what's best for you, and you don't need to keep kind of going to the far left and then to the far right to do this anymore. It's you've had enough of these experiences. It's almost like they were saying, you've had enough of this. Like, start to harmonize, start to really feel into yourself. And that's what solar plexus energy is all about. It's all about connecting with the divine wisdom of your soul, and and your purpose. But it's pulling down that wisdom into your physical body and being able to understand that. And the solar plexus is also about the mental body. So again, maybe it is ego, where it's you have these thoughts, or you think you should be one way, and so you explore that, but then it ends in like a crash and burn type of a thing. So that was the messages that I received. So with light and love.